Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you know before we start the video that I've got this newsletter on my Gumroad account. From Gumroad you can get those free noise textures, but also you can just subscribe to the newsletter, which is free, and you will get a monthly email with updates about what's happening behind the scenes at 1mafx.com. And also this month I'll be sharing a bunch of discount codes for Tier 1, Tier 2. I also try to pick some inspiring works from other VFX artists that I found that month. So hopefully you might find all the info there useful. I'm trying not to spam people, so once a month I think it's reasonable and enough to just send an email with the news. Okay. I also wanted to let you know that I'm working on the new website actually, and it will have a new section for mentorship, and also I hope I'm explaining difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2 better with either this graph or in each video. Also got the courses section, which is included in Tier 2. Mentorship, which we'll be launching this year. It will be for the explosion. And also I revised the breakdown sections and included some of the tutorials that you can dive into and see how they are actually built. Okay, so hopefully that was useful. Let's jump back into the updates for this month. Hey everyone, in this video I want to show what we'll be working on this month. We're gonna start with Tier 1, and this is the our flamethrower. We're gonna finish it by creating some decals like those you can see here, and some elements that could be left over after the flamethrower been in one position for a long time. And then we're gonna fix our rotation, because I think this is what we left off in the first part. So when we rotate the system slowly, the other parts are following it. In the previous video they've been flying all different directions. It might be basic stuff for most people, however some of you might struggle with it, so we're just gonna look into it. So that will be Tier 1. Before we jump into Tier 2, I'll be creating a starter kit, which is like a very basic tutorial on how to create those, and it will be a free tutorial. I'm gonna post a link into my newsletter subscribers, just in case they would like to have a peek how my tutorials are structured and basically my teaching methods. Again, very simple stuff, but we're gonna build all the trails in Substance and create a couple materials, or rather one material in Unreal Engine. We're gonna use it for translucent trails, and also we're gonna build this mask trail as well. The next thing I wanna show you is that I'm working on the explosion course. We've got this explosion, there's a bunch of elements, and I treat this as a hero explosion that will be extracting the parts from and building much smaller and much optimized explosion in that course. This will be mentored course. That means we're gonna have a one-on-one meetings every week, and I'm gonna reveal a bit more info later, although there'll be only 5 seats available for that mentored course. The other version, which is non-mentored, will be released probably in the next months, maybe October, November, around that time, depends how fast I will finish working on content for it, and it will be published on the new website I'm actually working on. In Tier 2 we're gonna continue with our sci-fi course diorama scene. Last time we finished off the loot drop effect, and this time we're gonna add some fire to this crash site. So we did work on some campfire, which is like a small scale fire. However, I feel like we can explore Embergen a bit more and create a much larger fire, and maybe explore a couple interesting techniques with that. So this month we're gonna jump into Embergen. We're gonna create that sort of larger fire, and also we're gonna try to create something that we could use as a decal. So obviously this one, if you look from the side, it doesn't look like a fire, it looks very strange. However, what I'm looking for is the top-down view, and I'm planning to use it as a decal, which will go under our large fire. So hopefully it's gonna look very convincing. And we're also gonna do some decal work as well, so we can actually place those here as a burn ground and maybe around that crash site. Okay, so this one we're just gonna explore Embergen. We're gonna create a couple presets there, so we can control our fire with just a couple parameters, like for example fuel rate. I can increase it, or I can just control it by using pressure. If I want a smaller fire, I drag it into the minus. However, much larger one, I could just increase it, but then I have to raise my bounds as well. Okay, so there will be a couple of tips and tricks when it comes to fire. We're gonna try to lock those two flipbooks into one texture, just to reduce the impact on the memory. And then we're just gonna add additional elements to it, but that'll be probably next month in Unreal Engine.